Thank you.
Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Today's episode, we are talking Yellowcard's new EP, Childhood Eyes. With me is Tim, Will, and a returning special guest who we thought fell off the face of the planet, Joe.
Yeah. Joe.
If you haven't seen our Yellowcard rant and ranks, go watch that. I had to bring Joe back on for some backup for this band because
That's right.
I don't think Will and Tim, I don't think this is in their repertoire. So they were forced to listen to these 5 tracks. Who wants to start off?
Yeah, I almost just said, you know what? I'm going to be the one that doesn't listen to it this week.
Oh, you bastard!
I almost did it, but I did listen to these.
There's
I
always
forgot that was an
oh,
option.
you did listen to it. See, we got to coordinate that because one day we're going to show up and all of us. Will be like,
Nobody's gonna.
It'll be like the one record.
Thanks for coming.
I'm, like recommending and trying to get in there, and y'all will be like, "Yeah, sorry."
If there was an option not to listen to things, I'll be damned.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't
think,
remember which one that started on.
There was
Oh.
it was Queens of the no, it was
No, it was Foo Fighters. It was
Rancid
Foo
and Foo
Yeah,
Fighters.
it was the
Yeah.
Foo Fighters.
We could
And
have
the
started.
Rancid.
We could have done that during
Rancid.
Soundgarden.
No, that unfortunately came
Joe,
out
Joe.
before this.
I'm disappointed I wasn't around for Soundgarden. Actually, I would have loved that.
maybe we'll revisit Soundgarden.
Okay,
One of these days.
easy one.
Anyway,
How about somebody wants to say something positive about it? I think it would be good to start with something positive.
yeah, Joe, you're a special guest. What did you think of Yellowcard's
Yeah.
new album?
So
EP?
I'm gonna kind of go through a little more than I guess I normally would, because I found some interesting things here. So, it's interesting the Yellowcard is back to putting out an EP. That's awesome.
ODD effect in effect.
That's right. This is way better than the last 2 things they put out, in my opinion. So their last 2 albums, I think this EP is much better than those. So their first song, 3 Minutes More, features Pierce the Veil. Who in the hell has thought about Pierce the Veil in a million years? You thought about Pierce the Veil?
No,
That's a lie.
I hate Pierce the Veil,
Mhm.
and because when I got into hardcore and metalcore and all that kind of stuff, it was in the late '90s, early aughts before that was a thing. And to me, they were just hot topic hardcore.
Uh-huh.
Like I hated fashion core with every fiber of my being, even though I like some of the bands that are associated with it. But like that was the first thing that I heard about this EP, and I was like, "Huh? What?
Yeah.
You're gonna pick a band to like prove you're like got cred and you're heavy or whatever?" Pierce the Veil is not the one to pick. That was all.
And I don't
they're
think they
going
went
for
for
heavy.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they went for heavy with them.
No, there's one part in that song that's like it's kind of like towards the bridge, I guess, where it's like they kind of drop
They do try to get a little doomy
Yeah.
with it. It did
kind of
not
like they
work.
drop a pre-breakdown like build up kind of thing, and then it goes back into the pop punk kind of thing. But it's there. There's something there that is aligned with that genre at least.
Can we call it Eam Doom from here on out?
No, because that's
Emo
just not
doom.
emo either. That should make. I hate that pop punk is considered to be emo because although emo kids do pop punk, they are 2 completely separate sounds and vibes.
Yeah, I didn't have a good mix for pop punk and doom, so we just had to go where we could go.
Yeah, man.
Doom
Sorry,
pop.
Joe. I didn't mean to hijack. Go, Joe.
Oh, you're fine. So I like the line, once a jet setter, red letter kid, everyone come and see what I did, having their popularity, how popular they were back then. I thought that was kind of a throwback to that. So I like the opening there. Childhood Eyes, maybe my favorite one off of this. I'll take that back. We'll find out. It's between 2 of them. I like his cadence singing Childhood Eyes. Really like Hiding the Light. The one that I don't really care for is Honest from the Jump.
Really?
There are things in it that the way he says content creation bliss reminds me of like October Nights. It sounds like he's about to break into October Nights to me whenever he starts that line. My ears perked up. I was like, oh, you're kind of bringing that sound from your voice through there. But yeah, my problem with it, he just sings in the same cadence for far too long in that song. Like the way he sings that song just goes on forever and ever, and he doesn't change it. There's no real change from toward the end, so that's why I'm just like, I could do without it. Really love the closing track though with Dashboard Confessional. Once again, another band. The only reason I thought about Dashboard Confessional is because
They're
they're on
touring
some
with the
kind of
Counting
like,
Crows.
is it
Are
Counting
they?
Crows? I thought it was like some pop punk tour thing they were doing.
Aren't they?
Look,
Aren't
man,
they
I've got
opening for the
stories
Counting
about
Crows?
Chris Rabba, man, but like he's done better than this song. I'll put it that way. That's how I felt about it, Joe. I'm sorry.
I thought it was good because they like to close with like an acoustic stringy thing, and I thought it was a very keeping with what they've done previously. So I really enjoyed it. I like it as a closer. I think Childhood Eyes is my favorite song off of here.
Damn, I was hoping you say Hiding in the Light.
No, that wouldn't be mine. So I think it's really good. I think it would have been really easy to or even expect for them to have a bad, just to be very mediocre or bad, just from what they put out the past two albums.
It's still missing LP's drumming though.
Oh yeah,
It's still missing that.
But if
No
you
offense
like
to the new drummer, but
new P, I mean, it really could have been really mediocre or like Lights and Sound type release.
shut the
really bad.
fuck up. You. Hiding the Light could have been on fucking Lights and Sounds, you ass.
So it gives me hope for them. And if you like Yellowcard, I don't know what else you would expect from it. This is probably the best thing we can expect from people who like.
Yeah, if you like Lights and Sounds, check out Hiding in the Light. If you like the self-titled and Lift a Sail, check out The Places We'll Go because it sounds like it could have been right off those albums.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought the production was, pretty good. The performances were all good. It's not my thing though, and every song just kind of blends together at one point until you get to the last song, which is the ballad, and it didn't work for me at all. I thought it was probably my least favorite here, and then the other four, they're kind of indistinguishable. I found myself thinking a number of things. Again, the production's great. It really felt like a good like side A. So I wonder if the next EP is side B or if this is a prelude to another release.
I don't know. They're touring like pretty hard on Ocean Avenue right now.
Are they?
So
Okay.
they might
Well,
do more.
I don't listen to the radio enough these days, especially like alternative rock radio, to know like if any of these are like trying to be a hit. But I heard a lot of like pop punk like tropes from 20 years ago, and I also heard a lot of production tricks from today. So
yeah.
I mean, they are a punk band from like. Has it been 20 years? No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, for
And
sure.
he references the '90s and
Yeah.
there's a lot of callback to things.
Which I'm okay with that. Like I love nostalgia. Feed me nostalgia.
I agree. I mean, I feel like I did like 3 minutes more, even though it was just kind of like I feel like this is an EP kind of an experimentation to see where they're going after this. Like they haven't decided what sound they're going to go with. You know what I mean? So they've got 3 minutes, and I don't. To be fair, I don't know anything since the early days when they were a big popular band and stuff. So I don't know any of the discography really. But 3 minutes more sounded like them trying to go a little bit more screamo of a sound, and I always thought they were kind of pop punk with violin. So it was interesting to me. Childhood Eyes and Hiding in the Light sounded like what I expected Yellowcard would sound like in 2023. That's they hit the nail on the head. If you're a fan of this band, I feel like you'd love both of those songs very much. Honest from the Jump kind of felt like another kind of experimental bit. Like I don't know, it felt like they were trying to mess with different tempos a little bit. I don't know. It was fun though, and but The Places We'll Go made me angry, physically angry. So. Like, I mean, I was fucking 20, maybe 19. I don't know when Dashboard was a thing. And so I remember those first two records, like very well. They were very big in my zeitgeist back then. But this sucked. And like I don't even know where, like, to be fair, I haven't listened to any Dashboard since that. I remember he went big rock at some point. And it was just kind of cheesy and corny, and I never really gave him a chance after that. But this felt like they were trying to be mature, like they were trying to play,
but still be pop punk.
Like
Mature pop punk.
like here's the thing.
Because that's a thing now.
Part of the thing is that like I know that these guys are they older than me or just slightly younger? I don't know how old these guys are, but I imagine they're kind of in like the early age millennial age group demographic. And
Geriatric millennial to use.
Geriatric, yeah. So zillennial or whatever. I imagine they're around the same age group as me. And I'm like, dude, if you're trying to mimic, it feels like that song is like them trying to be like, yeah, I mean, this is what we really would be sounding like right now. Because we're all guys now. You know what I mean?
See,
Sorry, guys.
we talked about this in the rant and rank though, is because you had only heard the Ocean Avenue era pop punk stuff. You never heard like they get deep on. I mean, they have some mature topics even back on.
I mean, like musically, not necessarily lyrically. I feel like there's nothing wrong lyrically here on any of these songs. I didn't see anything bad. I'm not talking about the lyrics. Like just the sound. It sounds like they're trying to sound like a band that's of their own age, but also still somewhat edgy at the same time. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Like it feels like honestly, I feel like that's not a bad route to go. It just they need to do.
You mean it's going to sound like the new Blink-182 album?
That is, I did hear a lot of like post Blink-182 on this EP too. I did hear a lot of that.
I heard that.
So Ryan Key was born in '79. So
okay, yeah.
44.
So yeah, he's right on the fucking buffer. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, I do appreciate this band. I do appreciate that they use a violin in a very tasteful way, considering it's pop punk. Like it's still there to accentuate or show off, which is great. I love this band for that level of experimentation. It's not a bad EP. If you like this band, you like this EP.
I did not like the opening track. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
The tracks 2, 3, and 4 I loved. It sounded like the old Yellowcard. It hit me in the feels, made me miss this band from like Southern Air. But the closing track was like, eh. It's like 3 out of 5 ain't bad. I think it's the co-writing.
It's still better than average.
The collaborators. I don't like it when they do that.
I don't. And to be honest, you could put up any of that. I like when you call it fashion core, the hot topic bands or the dashboard bands. Yeah. You can put them up in a line and like play a bunch of them. I don't know who they are. You're like, I can't tell their influence on these songs whatsoever. I couldn't really tell a difference where I was like, I don't know who's vocally, if there's the lead singer, Pierce DeVale, is singing at some point. I have no idea.
Yeah, man, you could play me Pierce DeVale or what? Asking Alexandria or what is that? What's another one? Hawthorne Heights.
My little sister liked Black Veil Brides, and I don't know who they are, but
yeah,
Hawthorne Heights had one decent, okay album.
See, the one song I heard by them that I thought was decent sounded like Saves the Day, so I was like, still fuck this band. I love Saves the Day.
Saves the Day is amazing.
Predates all that shit.
Yeah, I saw Asking Alexandria live once, and it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was kind of like watching what I imagine Poison shows were like back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the whole 80s glam metal thing was very influential on that whole scene.
Yeah.
It really broke my fucking heart every fucking time.
I do like the cover art though.
Yeah, dude.
Like, that's
it's really awesome cover
Southern
art.
Air vibes right there.
Where I did not love the Southern Air one, I think. Is that the one I didn't care for? Where they were just a bank in the water. I was like, well, I put it kind of low and everybody got into it. I really like this.
I don't think you put it that low.
So do we have the information? Was this when was this released? Like this week, last week?
Last week? A Friday? Last Friday maybe?
Last Friday. Okay. So it's a couple days old. Do we know what their plans are other than touring? Are they like doing a full album, anything like that?
I haven't heard anything about a full album.
Okay. Usually when a band puts out an EP, it just means that these are leftover songs from the LP they're writing. So hopefully that'll be the
exactly,
case.
or the tester.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, it moves on Apple Music. So that's something you should check out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ed.
No, but yeah, checking out.
Watch this.
I did notice that.
Got
like,
you
I was very
number, Ed.
confused when I was trying to find this to review it because on Spotify there's 3 different singles from this record because apparently they were doing a weekly build up to it by releasing one song at a time. And so yeah, there is an EP and it's awesome.
Well, I think that about sums it up. There's not much here. 5 songs.
C-.
If you like Yellowcard, you'll love the fucking EP.
Yeah.
we got a solid B here, but maybe going into B plus territory.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me a full album.
Yeah.
So, yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, stick around, click the link below, check out Yellowcard. Yellowcard was actually the second band we ever covered on this show. And
Watch those episodes.
it came
right.
out, and then all of a sudden Yellowcard announced an EP just saying ODD effect in effect. Same with Gaslight Anthem.
That's what
We're
we do.
working on the Misfits next.
The Gaslight Anthem, the show that'll never come out.
Gaslight Anthem just opened for the
Re-recorded.
Misfits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right? That's so weird. See, we're making our way there.
Yeah.
We're making our way.
Downtown, walking around.
We're just one step away from having our own festival. It'll be awesome.
We want to
There you
thank
go.
Joe for coming back, and now we're just waiting.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this.
We
I'm
need
so
you
glad
at
y'all
ground
got
control
to
to
see
find
me.
Ed in space.
That's right.
I'm currently underwater, trying to find him down here. I heard he got a submarine.
Yeah, he was fighting squids.
I've heard it is an actual submarine, not something that is just a tin can with a game controller in it. So hopefully he'll be fine. But hopefully we'll see him soon.